Hi guys, it's Coach Luisa. So to answer some questions that I'm getting from a lot of people, does my ex miss me? Do they regret the decision breaking up with me? Most likely, yes. If you were a good person and you basically offered them a lot in the relationship, yeah, they're regretting it. They're having thoughts of what they did, probably second guessing what they're doing. But if you're constantly in their face and you're showing up and you're bothering them and you're not giving them the chance to regret the decision, then they're never going to get to that point. You know, they need to get to the point where they realize that my life was better with this person in my life. They did offer me so much in my life. So in their subconscious mind, when they're trying to sleep at night, when they're going to bed, or when they're not really doing anything and they're not keeping themselves distracted, because that's usually what most people do after a breakup, the dumper, not really the dumpy, because the dumpy sits home crying like an asshole. Okay. So the dumper usually tries to occupy themselves and to make themselves feel better about their decision. So they go out, they do everything that they could possibly do to occupy them. They go out with their friends, they go out to bars, they go out dancing, they do things that they didn't do when they were with you because they need to keep their mind occupied. But you can't always run from your mind, especially your subconscious mind that has memories and built a bond with this person. So yes, exes do regret the breakup. That's why it takes them a while before they do the breakup, because it doesn't happen overnight. A lot of people break up with you and they have this idea for a while and they contemplate and they go back and forth for a few months, few weeks. You know, they're like, do I want to do it? Blah, blah, blah. And they do this whole, like they'll put it on a freaking balance, right? Like on a freaking balance beam, like trying to weigh out the pros and cons to stay with you. And then they get to the point and then they try to make it like their decision is right. And they want to paint this evil picture of you so they could do the breakup. That's how it happens. But then once you guys are broken up, it's going to take a while. Not everything happens overnight. Some people realize it in a few weeks. Some take a few years, but they always end up regretting the decision. If you were a loyal, loving person, you're not a narcissist, okay? You're not someone who's abusive, who's a liar, who treated them badly. If you treated them right from your heart to hearts and you know you were a good person, then yeah, they're thinking about you. But if you were someone that treated them like shit and you lied and you cheated and you beated them and you cared more about your friends and your boys and your girls and all that crap, then I don't know, unless people like being in that kind of relationship, which I don't fucking like being in that kind of relationship, then I can't tell you that they're regretting their decision. But if the relationship was good, 90%, because no relationship is perfect. There are circumstances you have to deal with, which I said circumstances always change. No circumstance is forever, because we are ever flowing. Things are always happening. Things are always moving, okay? Always freaking moving. So circumstances are not permanent. If you guys love each other enough to make the relationship work after a breakup, because you need that time apart, the person needs to sit and think about it. And they need to be like, oh my God, you know, maybe my decision was harsh. The situation wasn't that bad. Things can change. Things can evolve. Things can be better, you know, but they need to come to that conclusion themselves. You could do as much inspired action as you want, which I spoke in the video that I just recorded. You could contact them. You could talk to them, but you honestly need to give them space. Okay. And while you give them space, you work on your self-concept, you work on yourself, you do something to make you grow as a person, because every situation in life that you come across, especially all the bad stuff, makes you evolve and grow as a person. It makes you bigger, better, and stronger. You may go through a whole depression and you're going to be traumatized. Trust me, been there, done that, got the fucking t-shirt. Okay. But it makes you grow as a person, because you realize now, right now, the person you're with that you truly loved is not with you, and you need to do something to occupy yourself. So you do it in a different way. You're not out partying like your ex is trying to occupy themselves to be like, you know what, I did my fucking deed. I broke up with my person and boom, boom, boom. Now you're sitting there and you need to do something to improve yourself. Change your diet, work out, write a book, go to school, enroll in classes, do stuff that you like, take hikes, go to spa, do something to heal yourself on this journey, which fucking I've been doing. Okay. All right. So I understand. So that's what I want you guys to do. So yes, if it was a good relationship, of course, they're going to think about it. If the person generally loved you and they said things and they really meant it, and not that they were like fucking pulling your leg saying, you know, I want to get married, I want a bigger home, I'm not leaving you, you were like the greatest thing that ever happened to me. If that person was true and they weren't really just love bombing you and doing what a narcissist fucking does, then yeah, of course they're going to think about you. Why wouldn't they? If you were something that freaking enhanced the person's life and you generally treated them with freaking love and all this abundance that you have inside you because you want to make them feel the way they're making you feel, yes, they think about you. And of course, they're going to regret the decision, especially when they can't replace you. Humans are made to, like I said in other videos, to procreate, be together, like, you know, have that bond. Not everybody procreate, because not everybody wants kids. I wanted kids, but I'm just saying, like, most people are made, nobody wants to be lonely. Everybody wants to be together. Okay. They want a partner. They want somebody to share intimacy with. And a lot of other people want to get together and have a family. They love the person so much that they want to create something with the person. They want children and they do that. So there's so many different ways they could look at this stuff. But yes, they could. They're thinking about your ass. They're thinking about your ass, especially if you're fucking awesome. Shit, they're thinking about your ass. They ain't just gonna fucking tell you because they don't want to be like, I'm a dickhead. I broke up with somebody that's so great because my fears and my insecurities with certain things take over, and not realizing that you could work around it from a different way. So that's it. That's it. So that's what I want to say. That's how I end all my videos. I think I'm done. That's all I wanted to say. But they're thinking about you. You just need to give them space. Let them regret the decision. And if it's meant to be, it's meant to be. And like I said, you need to change your whole mindset because everybody's you pushed out. If you're going to constantly replay the old story in your head and keep saying to yourself, oh my God, my SP doesn't love me. They hate me and the stuff that they said. And you're going to beat that shit in your head and make that your dominant belief. Guess what? Your fucking dominant belief that they don't love you. They're not going to come back. They don't want to be with you. If you really feel from hearts of hearts that desire that that person is yours and you know you have that connection and you know you have that bond and you know they're not going to replace you and vice versa, change your mindset. Visualize, visualize, visualize. I can't even express that anymore. Visualize with the person in your end, living in your end as if you have it now. Claim that you have it. Visualize it and your manifestations do come to pass as long as you're 90% dominant belief. We all have ups and downs. There's going to be days that you're doubting that because you are human and you're going to doubt like, oh my God, like, does the person really love you? But then you flip the fucking switch and go back into, of course they love me. Why wouldn't they love me? I'm awesome. I'm smart. I have a lot to offer. You focus on your self-concept so much. And then, you know, your SP will come back. Or if they don't, you manifest something better. Because I've been on this journey, okay? And I've been focusing on my self-concept. And people that I haven't even spoken to is coming into my life. And they want to talk to me. And they want to give me like freaking TLC. Doesn't mean I want it from everybody. I'm just saying, when your self-concept changes and you're focusing on that, and the universe is going to bring people to you. And then you get to make that choice. Do you want the new people the universe is bringing to you? Or you still want the other person? But your life is your life. You need to do what makes you happy. In your hearts of hearts, if you believe that your ex is for you, then yeah, they're for you. Especially, I mean, in the beginning of every breakup, people feel like, oh my God, I can't live my life without this person. That's because you were used to them. They feel that void. But if that feeling you keep having and most of your thoughts about them are good thoughts and you're not having bad thoughts, yeah, they're for you. Just shit happens and yet, you know, you could make it work. You just look around it. So that's how the whole manifestation community works. Whenever you are on YouTube and you're looking at a specific person, there's so many people that are craving and wanting their ex. And they'll sit there and listen. There's stories that people came back a decade later. That whole decade, they were missing and loving that person. I don't know if you want to wait a fucking decade, but I'm just saying it can't happen. Some people manifest quickly and some it takes longer because it's your self-concept and what you feel and what you believe, your dominant truth. So when you waver back and forth in your dominant truth, it goes from thinking that they're going to be with you, then they're not going to be with you, then it's going to take longer to manifest. But you're not fucking up your manifestation because as long as you put the work and the effort into it and you're living in your end, you're going to get what you want. So it just depends how long you want to wait for that. Like I said, happens a few days. For some people, a few months. Some people takes a few years. But listen, don't close yourself off. Open your heart and don't waste time. Open your heart to love. Maybe someone else could be better for you. And if they're not, and you know, then you focus on your person. You fucking focus on that bitch like you wouldn't believe and get your person. But don't shut everybody off because life is short and we're not here for too long and you can't be sad and depressed. You need to love yourself enough to understand your self-worth and your value. And listen, I make mistakes. There's days I don't love myself enough and I'm like, what the fuck? Like, why does so-and-so leave me? Like, I'm awesome. My children are awesome. Everybody's awesome, you know? But, and then there's days like, you know, I'm like, fuck that shit. I can have anybody I want. It happens. We're human. But dominant belief that you are the most amazing thing that has walked this fucking earth and your specific person wants you and they ain't gonna ever get any better. That's it, okay? So yes, the ex is thinking about you. Ciao, ciao.